Hello, and welcome to On the Patio with Mr. D and Bob. We're going to be doing a whole slew of reviews on products out here on the patio, and this is just to give you some information on these particular items, how they work, if they don't work, all that kind of stuff like that. And after each video, down in the comment block, you'll see a link to where the purchase was taking place. And also at the end, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. So sit back, enjoy. We'll see you in a couple minutes. Hello, and welcome to On the Patio with Mr. D. Hey, today we're going to look at a wearable gimbal. And it's really cool because it's only been out since October of 2017. It's a Hohem wearable gimbal. Now here's the cool part. It will fit the GoPro Hero 5 Black and 6 and Yi and all kinds of other smart cameras of similar size. It'll pop right on there. And we're going to get into the technical details of it here in just a bit. So as you can see here, it comes in a really cool box, and I'm going to go into unboxing stuff, but one of the things I like about it is the small case that came with it. Now the case itself actually has a belt loop stitched into the back, and this case is so small you could actually mount it on your belt. But anyway, it features a very super compact design, and it adapts to multiple installations. Now here's the cool part. It has an intuitive application, so when you want to connect this thing, you just kind of hit the button like this, hold it, and then you'll see this bad boy pop right up. And I'll give it this, as soon as I fired that thing off, trust me, it was no vibration, it was dead on. And this thing will just hold and do its thing. As you can see here, it has the different modes. The mode that it's in right now is the standard mode. That's the one I use all the time, but it has other modes that you can program in, the 2-button where it'll tilt, but I use the app for that, and I'm going to show you the app thing. That's really cool. So basically all you do on this thing, I'm going to turn this around, you have a little tiny button right here, and that's what turns it on and off. There's your charging port right here. You have a Bluetooth indicator, okay, and a reset button in case you have to reset the unit. It gives you nice instructions inside the box, you know, so you can walk through if this is your first time working with one of these gimbals. I like the size of this thing. So now we're going to go into the application a little bit and show you how this thing works. And this application is really cool. So let me set up here and I'll be right back. So what we're going to do now, guys, is we're going to walk through the application. The application is pretty simple, self-explanatory. It gives you a battery indicator up here, and then it gives you your control slides here and some of the actions on the bottom. Basically, as you can watch in the camera here, I can move left, right, pan down, pan up, okay, and then if I want to bring it around to me, if I'm in my boat, you just hit reverse and it'll come back, and then just get back to in return button, and it will set you back where you were. Now you can calibrate your unit using the application, which is kind of cool, and it really works well. So far I haven't had any problems whatsoever with the unit. So what we're going to do before we wrap up this video is we're going to take this out on the kayak and then actually see how it performs. So we'll see you guys here in a little while, and we'll wrap this thing up and see how she did. Well, hey guys, here we are. We're out here and getting ready to go out on the lake with the Hohem. Now I've got it connected up to a ram pole on my kayak, as you can see here. And what I've done is I'm testing some of the mounts and how it works on this thing. We talked yesterday about the application. Now, what I don't know is if the app works at the same time as the GoPro app does, if you're looking here. So I'm going to switch out of here and go to the application, and that's the Hohem Gym Set. I'm going to confirm it, XG1, and I'm curious to see if any of this stuff will work at the same time. Now I'm going to the control, and it looks like it will. Wow, this is pretty cool. So I have the GoPro app on, and I also have the Hohem Gym Set app on. So if I want to turn this thing, I can just do that. And this is what I'm doing, and you can see it on my headset what I'm doing. And what it was to figure out how to set up this thing to tilt and have it stay there. Now I want to reverse the unit, and I want to tilt it up, and you can see how that works. Sorry, it's in the sun. But so far, and then I want to return it back where it was on me and tilt it down. Now, the one thing I found out that the application is backwards. So if you want to tilt down, you move this thing up. And if you want to tilt up, you move this down. Now, it may have to do with how I've got it mounted for the GoPro Hero 5 Black on the inside. And that's what it calls for, so that's what I do. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to leave this where it is and get back out of this and go back to the GoPro app, and it should be, yep, and the GoPro app is still doing its thing. So let's get out on the lake and let's see how this thing works. As soon as I get out here, I'm going to spin it back around, and then I'm going to turn on this unit here. And that's the WG 3-axis gimbal, and that's on a PicTech camera because it will not mount a GoPro Hero 5 Black. So let's see how this thing works. So far I'm pretty pleased with it. I'm not sure about the battery life. It shows that it's already down a quarter, and I just now turned it on. So again, that's the only drawback with this Hohem, is the battery is built in. And that could be a problem, but I'm really not sure yet. I haven't been able to test it out. They say 2 hours, but hey, I don't know. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and fire up the PicTech. Okay, now I'm going to fire up the WG3. All right, and spin it around because I got it pointing the wrong way. Okay, and go ahead and commence recording. Okay, now get out of these reeds. This is a really great place for gators. Okay, now I'm going to turn the other one around. And what's so cool about that, I can just lift it like this and then do one of these numbers. Now I'm going to go to the app and make sure it's where I want it. And there we go. Oop, too high. Now that's the one reason I like this thing so much, is that it allows me to control the camera. There we go. Okay, now the test of both these units is going to do right now. Now I don't know how it's going to do, have no idea, but it seems to be tracking pretty well. Turn this one out a little bit here. Okay, now I got the WG3 going on. You're going to see a comparison of the stability of the WG3 versus the Hohem XG1. Now, figure these poles, as you can see here, I'm wearing a GoPro Session on my hat. I want you to see the movement in these poles to give you an idea of how stable these stabilizers are. I'm real pleased. I mean, these poles are going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and they are just holding true. There I'm coming off the front of the boat. Let me spin this one a little bit. Okay. Now we're looking at, here's a comparison shot where I'm working with the Hohem XG1 wearable gimbal and the WG3 wearable gimbal. Okay guys, so as we wrap up this particular review on the Hohem XG1, I totally recommend it highly. This thing is so functional, it does such a great job, and it holds the Yi and the Hero 5 Black and the Hero 5 6 or Hero 6, all those you know, sport cameras. The mount system is really great. I haven't tried it on any of the smaller ones, but I don't see why it wouldn't work. I do have the other wearable gimbal for that. But you can't go wrong with this gimbal, guys. You're looking at a price difference. The EVO sells for $279. This one sells brand new for 166 bucks. And it is really, really a great buy. It functions well. And I'll be wearing this particular wearable gimbal on my Stuntman backstrap or backpack mount. I'll be using this on a selfie stick. I'll be using this on the kayaks. It's limitless. It does have a 1/4-20 mount on the bottom. If anybody was wondering about that, that all works out well. I really have no complaints with this wearable gimbal at all. Hohem did a great job and made it in the priced ballpark of an operational wearable gimbal that will work on the Hero 5 Black and 6 without buying a special adapter and all that stuff, after you pay $279 for an Evo and then have to spend another $20 on getting the GoPro Hero 5 Black or 6 mount. That's ridiculous. These people thought outside the box. They did a great job. So, as the last video for 2017, it is New Year's Eve day. I want to thank all y'all for supporting my channel. We'll see you on the next one.